starting lineups for tonight's second game. It's Chukars baseball here on KSBZ.
Travis and Chris will here with Teton Toyota.
Goals and vision. At Doug Andrus, they're committed to excellence.
Of the ball game. It'll be Chris Issei, the shortstop, leading things off, followed by Dalton Cobb, the third baseman. Mike Bradshaw will bat third and play left. Daniel Cipriano, the DH, will bat fourth. Darius Moody, the first baseman, will bat sixth and play first, followed by center fielder Caden Harris, who will bat sixth. Austin Fitzpatrick, the right fielder, bats seventh. Jerry Chavarria, the catcher, bats eighth, and Jesus Asuaje at second base batting ninth. On the hill for the Mustangs will be number 14, Adolfo Espinoza. As for the Chukars, it'll be Chuck Steele in center leading things off, batting first. Will Little now at shortstop, batting second. Matt Feinstein, left fielder, bats third, followed by Sam Little in right. He'll clean up. Andrew Don, the first baseman, bats fifth, followed by our first start from Ricardo Sanchez. The catcher will bat sixth. Jordan Garr will play third and bat seventh, followed by Bronson Butcher. In his Chukars debut, he'll DH. Alexis Manji will play second and bat ninth. And we're still waiting on confirmation for our first starting pitcher, but we do believe out of the bullpen it'll be number 30, Quinton Logan.
So that's your starting lineup for game number 2. Back with more and the first pitch here on KSBZ, the Sports Zone.
of other money-saving online today at thejoint.com, or you can call 208-213-7929.
Sometimes life changes in unexpected ways, but Your Health Idaho has you covered. If you've recently lost your employer-sponsored health insurance, you could be eligible for a special enrollment period through Your Health Idaho. With Your Health Idaho, you can shop, compare, and choose a plan that fits your needs and your budget. Your Health credit to lower your monthly premium payment. When life changes, visit yourhealthidaho.org and find a plan that's right for you.
The high school sports season came to a close over the weekend with champions crowned in 6 different sports. In track and field, Skylines Salem girls took top honors in track and
Peterson with you. 14-12 Mustangs won the first game. The Chukars will be looking for the split here in game number 2. And on the mound it will be
Battery number 30, Quentin Logan.
okay. I guess we are going to have a singing of our national anthem. Maybe not. Yep, we're ready to play some baseball. Tell us about Quentin Logan.
Well, John, he's a left-handed pitcher out of Natchez, Mississippi. He played last 2 years at LA Tech. His first appearance, he got the save as it was in the Boise game in Boise, although they played a couple more half innings after that. A nice double play to end the ball game there. Tall lefty, 6 feet, 216. Logan, a 3-pitch guy. He's got a 2-seam, a slider, and a changeup, and we do not expect him to go more than 2 innings in this ball game. This will be a Johnny Holstaff bullpen type game, as with the rain out and the shift to this doubleheader with 2 7-inning games, Billy Gardner Jr. decided to not pitch 2 starters on the same day, moving the rotation off. They're going to keep guys on rotation. Jake Waters, who was supposed to start the game on Sunday, will now pitch the first game in Missoula on Wednesday.
Some background on Quentin Logan. Likes to be called Q. Quentin Ray Sean Logan, the lefty out of Natchez, Mississippi. And as Tyler said, he'll go probably 2 innings. He likes to fish. In the off season, he's an accountant.
That's interesting.
That's impressive.
I have to say, though, John, he was telling me about the craziest moment that he had in his baseball history, and I was very surprised by it.
What would that be?
That would be the fact that they lost their home field to a mid-season tornado at Louisiana Tech, which is insane, since I've never seen a tornado with my own eyes. I think I'd go crawl under my bed as a California boy.
So Quentin Logan, Q, on the mound for the Chukars. An accountant during the offseason, and his hidden talent, he can juggle.
Something I can't do either.
Hopefully he can shut down these Mustangs. The Billings Mustangs have scored 25 runs in the 2 innings. The Chukars have scored 29 runs in 2 games. I said 2 innings, 2 games. And we're ready for the second game. Umpiring will be Mike Colson behind the plate. And at first base, Brent Martin. At third base, Kyle Martin.
And you know what, John? Already I realize that Billy Gardner Jr. has changed this lineup a little bit. Gar is at second, Monge is at short, and Butcher is at third.
First pitch of the ball game, base hit up the middle. Issei, who was 1 for 5 in the first game, does not waste any time for getting on base with a leadoff single. Now, what was that again? Repeat that for me.
Absolutely. So around the diamond, we're going to go Bronson Butcher at third, Alexis Monge at short, Jordan Gar at second, and Andrew Dawn at first. Behind the plate is Sanchez.
So Butcher was the DH. Who will be the DH here in game number 2?
It's an excellent question.
Pitch is a called strike one to Dalton Cobb. Cobb has a hit in each game, and both of those hits have been home runs.
The outfield still looks correct. That was Feinstein in left, Steele in center, and Little in right. I'd have to believe
It's Webb Little.
I have to believe this has to do with Webb Little's knock he picked up during game 1.
Okay. 0-1 pitch, fastball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. To Dalton Cobb, he's playing third base.
We saw Webb Little come up gingerly on a base hit, and he scored. He really wasn't running 100%. He finished the ball game, and in fact drove in a run in the 9th inning, but maybe he's DHing, maybe he's sitting out. We'll have to see.
1-1 pitch on the way. Nope, it's a throw over to first base. The Mustangs in 2 games have 28 base hits. The Chukars have 25. Pitching has not been outstanding in the first 2 games for both of these teams. Dalton Cobb, a right-handed hitter against the lefty Q Logan. Checks the runner twice. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball hangs upstairs. 2-1 the count on Dalton Cobb. Issei, the runner at first base. And a throw over to the first base. Count 2-1 on Cobb. Logan comes home. Chopped foul. And it's 2-2. If you're in the top of the 8th inning in Ogden, it's 5-3. They are playing 2, right?
They are playing 2.
So must be the knockout round. But that's all. That can't be. Looking at the scoreboard from PointStreak.com, our new online stat service. 2-2 the count. Runner at first base. Just underway here in game number 2. There goes the runner. Here's a throw down, and it's going to be out. What a great throw by Ricardo Sanchez. He threw a strike to the second baseman, Jordan Gar, covering, and it's 1 out.
And that was a strike. The pop time on Sanchez, though, he got up quickly, and the exchange was made so quickly. A strong throw to second, right on the money. All that Gar had to do was let the momentum of the ball take him into the tag.
By the way, it was a strike him out, throw him out, double play. So 2 outs. It brings up Mike Bradshaw. So a good start for Q Logan. Bradshaw 2 for 5 in the first game. Takes the pitch outside. Ball 2. Bradshaw in the 2 games, 3 for 9 with a double and 5 RBI. He's playing the left field here in game 2. The 2-0 pitch, ground ball, left side. Butcher, the third baseman, fields. Bad throw. And that'll be an error on the third baseman, Bronson Butcher. Had to go in the hole to field it, and they needed a complete 360, and the throw wasn't even close.
I got a note from our friend Leonard Berry over at the Hawks. He's letting us know that the Hawks won 5-3 in 7 innings.
Okay. Says here top of the 8th. So Boise gets a win. The batter is Daniel Cipriano. He's the DH here in the second game. He's had a good series, 5 for 8, 1 home run, 3 RBI. 2 out, runner at first base, top of 1. Fastball outside. Chukars blew a 6-0 lead in the first game, and they blew a 12-10 lead, or I should say a 10-8 lead in game number 1 as well. But the Mustangs scored 5 in the 6th to win it. The Chukars gave it a heck of a ride in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss, and the count now evens out at 1 apiece. Logan, the lefty. 6 foot, 215 pounds. Next pitch is fouled back by Cipriano, and the count is 1-2. Pitched 2 years in summer collegiate leagues for the Newark Pilots and the River Dogs, and attended Louisiana Tech. The school of the mailman Carl Malone and Terry Bradshaw. The 1-2, Cipriano hits a high pop-up, foul territory off to our right. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think one of the focuses of this game, too, has to be to pitch to contact. Too many walks, too many balls. You've already used most of your staff. You used 4 pitchers in the first game. You don't want to go too deep. You want to try to break this up into maybe 3 or 4 guys in the second game.
Count 1-2. And a throw to first base. Back standing up is Bradshaw. Logan's 1-2 pitch. Ooh, looked good. He thought it was a strike 3. He was walking off the mound, but the pitch was outside apparently, and the count is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first base. And the 2-2 delivery, that's low and away, ball 3. The payoff pitch, runner off, fly ball center field. Back goes Chuck Steele. He'll have a beat on it, makes the catch for out number 3. No runs on a hit, an error, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. No score between Billings and Idaho Falls.
knowing that only minimally invasive surgical techniques are utilized. Dr. Huntsman, Dr. Dowling, and Dr. Manier, orthopedic specialists. Specialists of Idaho, 3300 Washington Parkway, Idaho Falls, 208-522-6.
Bottom of the first inning, on the mound for the Mustangs is Adolfo Espinosa, hometown of Victorville, California, 6'3", 185. Hasn't played since 2018, according to the stats we've received.
He played for the High Desert Yardbirds. High Desert used to have a minor league team. In fact, it's the team that Billy Gardner coached Billy Butler on, the High Desert Mavericks, way back when in the California League.
And we're not sure about the batting order.
It looks to be Chuck Steele, followed by Jordan Garr, and then Matt Feinstein.
Yeah, my scorebook's all messed up already. Here's Chuck Steele. Chuck in game one went 0 for 3. He's 2 for 6 in the series against Billings. The right-hander, Espinosa. First pitch, called strike on the inside corner. Espinosa not on the same page as this catcher. Catching the second game is Jerry Chavarria. We haven't seen him play in the previous 2 ball games. Oh, 1 pitch inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Ball hit foul back to the screen, and the count now 1 and 2 on Chuck Steele.
Chuck now with 3 RBI in his 2 games. He's walked 4 times. In fact, every game that we've played, exhibition and regular season, Chuck Steele leading off and has gotten on base all 4 times.
Down in the count, 1 and 2 is Chuck. Espinosa, right-handed pitcher, and the ball hit foul down the right field line off the roof of the clubhouse. The count remains 1 and 2. Taking a lot of time. Into the windup. Here's the 1-2 offering to Steele. A swing and a miss. Strikeout of the leadoff hitter, Chuck Steele, out number 1. And it brings up Jordan Garr, the second baseman. Now Jordan Garr, the batter. Garr in the 2 previous games, 1 for 6, but he does have 3 RBI. Garr, right-handed batter. The pitch from Espinosa, ground ball, a 1-hopper to the third baseman. That's Dalton Cobb. The throw takes the first baseman, Moody, off the base, but he makes the tag on Jordan Garr for out number 2. And now it brings up Matt Feinstein. Well, Matt's had a good series. He's 6 for 10 with a home run and 5 RBI for the Chukars.
Pretty good start to your Idaho Falls career.
So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Espinosa into the windup. The kick and the pitch is down low to Feinstein at 87 on the gun. Webb Little was scheduled to play here in the second game, but he is not in the lineup. What a great start Webb Little's off to. He went 4 for 4 the first game. He's 5 for 8 on the season, but not in the lineup here for game number 2. 1-0 pitch to Feinstein. That's inside for a ball. It's 2-0. First game to 3 hours and 21 minutes to play in a slugfest. Catcher sets up on the outside portion of the plate. 2-0 pitch is low, and it's ball 3. The count on Feinstein with 2 away, and that one ball 4. Not close enough for the automatic strike called on 3-0. And the batter is Sam Little. Sam had a pinch hit single in game number 1 of the series, or of the doubleheader. But he was 0 for 6 the other night, so 1 for 7 for Sam Little.
He was 0 for 6, John, in that opening night, but he did have 2 runs and an RBI, so he was productive, even though he did not get a base hit.
Little, a left-handed hitter, as is his twin brother Webb. Feinstein, the runner at first base, with 2 outs. The kick and the pitch. Sam takes it down low for a ball. 1-0. Missoula leads Great Falls 3-1 in the top of the 7th. That's a doubleheader night as well. The 1-0 pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
3 doubleheaders across the Pioneer League tonight here in Idaho Falls, in Missoula, and in Ogden, who got snowed out yesterday.
Espinosa looks over his shoulder at the runner. Check swing foul. I think Sam Little thought it might have been catcher's interference.
I think he is trying to argue that.
He's asking for help, but the only person who's going to see it is the home plate umpire. Will be lost by Rocky Mountain today, by Ogden today, and hopefully by, well, Missoula's still there leading, but Missoula, the only undefeated team left in the Pioneer League. Count 2-1, and Sam says, what kind of deal is this? Feinstein, the runner at first base, he walked with 2 away. Espinosa comes set, shoulder high. There goes, well, Feinstein started to run. Here's a swing and a miss by Little, and the count 2-2. Matt took off, but threw on the brakes about a third of the way to second base. The ball was bobbled by the catcher. Could have been a stolen base.
I wonder if that was a designed hit and run. Gardy's been very aggressive, especially early in these ball games.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Espinosa taking a lot of time. 0-2 pitch outside, ball 3. Full count. Feinstein will be off on this pitch. Left-handed batter, the first baseman, Moody, not holding the runner on, of course, with a 3-2 count. He knows he's going to be off. Espinosa looks into his catcher, Jerry Chavarria. Why is he looking at first base? Nobody's covering the bag. And Sam's upset. Little calls timeout. Well, apparently Espinosa has nothing to do after the ball game. He's a slow worker. And there goes the 3-2 pitch. It's low, ball 4. So back-to-back walks for the Chukars. Steele struck out. Carr grounded out. Now it's back-to-back walks, and they'll bring up Andrew Don, who hit a home run in game number 1. Don now 4 for 8 overall with a double, a home run, and 4 RBI.
Great eye from Sam there. He took a pitch on the inside corner. Close enough to offer at, but he laid off.
The Chukars get 2 on base with 2 outs. Now Don steps out. The Chukars in the top of the first had to strike him out, throw him out, double play. Good healthy situation. First pitch to Don. He takes it down low. Ball 1. Espinosa comes set. 1-0 pitch. Ball hit up the middle off the glove. What a play by the second baseman, but it's not going to be by Andrew Don. That ball was hit hard off the glove of the pitcher, Espinosa, and somehow Azawa, the second baseman, made the catch on the ricochet, but the throw is late. Andrew Don has an infield single, and the bases are loaded for Ricardo Sanchez.
And you love that kind of aggressiveness and passion. Don made the last out of last game. He didn't want to make it out here to end the first. Diving head first, watching the helmet fly off him and exposing that long hair. That was pretty dramatic as far as infield singles go.
So it's Ricardo Sanchez, his first at-bat of the year. Left-handed swinger out of Puerto Rico. And he takes the pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. Ricardo, 5'7", 180. Just turned 26 years old a couple of weeks ago. Played in the Royals organization for the Arizona League Royals. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first. So Sanchez can come up with a big 2-out base knock, takes the fastball inside, and the count now 2-0.
Sanchez is a guy who potentially, had we stay with our affiliation with the Royals, we might have seen Sanchez here in Idaho Falls as a matter anyway.
Feinstein at third, Little at second, Andrew Don at first. 2 outs. Chukars have gotten on the board first in both of the games against Billings. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Swinging. Ball hit in the hole. It's going to be fielded by the third baseman. And they're going to call catcher's interference.
I wondered what that thing was, John, that flew off as soon as...
glove.
It was the catcher's glove.
So catcher's interference. That's also an error on the catcher. And the Chukars take a 1-0 lead on a crazy play. Is anything routine in 2021 here?
Correct me if I'm wrong, John, but I do believe that is a RBI and an unearned run?
Yes. And now here's Thomas de Bonville. Thomas looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 9. Good time to pick up the first base knock for Thomas. Swings and fouls it back out of play.
So maybe Sam Little did have a case.
I think he did. The catcher is Cheveria, his first time behind the plate. And the count is 0-1. 2 outs and a walk, an infield single, and a catcher's interference. And the Chukars have gotten on top again, 1-0. And now DeBonville again steps out of the box as he gets tired of waiting for the pitcher, Adolfo Espinosa. Chukars with a day off tomorrow. 0-1 pitch. That's going to get away from the catcher. That's going to score run number 2 on the wild pitch. Of course, the other 2 runners, Don went to third. Sanchez down to second. The count on DuBonville is 1-1. Now a base hit by Thomas could score 2. Espinosa will work from the full windup. The 1-1 pitch to DeBonville. Swinging and a foul back. Out of play. 1-2 the count. So again, the Chukars find ways to score without base hits. A catcher's interference and a wild pitch, and the Chukars have a deuce on the scoreboard. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-2 pitch. Ball hit to the right side. That'll be the second baseman. Bobbles it. Picks it up. The throw in time for out number 3. So DeBonville grounds out 4-3, but the Chukars scored 2 runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. We played 1 in game 2. It's the Chukars 2 and the Mustangs nothing. Top of 2, it'll be Moody, Harris, and Fitzpatrick for Billings to face Quentin Logan.
Well, John, once again, the Chukars score first in the first inning. And to paraphrase Jerry Seinfeld, we know that they can take the lead, but can they hold the lead? That's really the most important part.
Darius Moody in game number 1 was 1 for 3 with a double. He knocked in 2 runs. He did not play in Saturday's ball game. So Moody, right-handed hitter, facing Q Logan, the lefty for the Chukars. And the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Billings won game one 14-12. That pitch is high. Nope, it's right at the high end of the strike zone, and it's 1-1. Moody playing first base here in the second game. He was the DH in game one. Logan's 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chukars off tomorrow, 3 in Missoula. Make sure and join Tyler Peterson for all the action. Now Moody calls timeout to readjust his batting gloves. The 1-2 pitch, low and inside, 2-2. Boy, Moody's batting stance, his hands are really close to his chest. Waggles the bat. 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball, no, fly ball. Let me try again. Line drive over Butcher's head for a base hit. So Moody now 2 for 4 in the double dip. Second hit given up by Logan. Brings up Caden Harris, the center fielder. Harris 3 for 10 in the series with a double. Harris takes the pitch way outside, ball 1. Harris to be followed by Fitzpatrick.
And this is the finale of our series. If the Chukars can win this second game of the doubleheader, they will take the series 2-1.
Logan's come set, belt high. 1-0 pitch, off speed curveball, called strike. It's 1-1. Grand Junction earlier today beat Rocky Mountain 13-8. We'll see the Vibes next week for 6 straight games. 1-1 pitch. Boy, that goes back to the backstop. Wild pitch. Sanchez could not get any leather on it. And now a runner in scoring position with nobody out. So Moody singles to left, goes to second on a wild pitch. The count on the batter, Harris, is 2-1. Check the runner. Checks him again. 2-1 pitch outside, ball 3, 3-1. Steve Thayer wearing his Jerry Garcia band hoodie.
I know Foul Ball Paul has a Guinness record for most baseball cards, but I would say Steve Thayer has the Guinness record for most Jerry Garcia shirts.
3-1, swing and a miss, and it's now full 3-2.
He must have a Grateful Dead shirt of every professional baseball team that's ever had a Grateful Dead night.
The wind has died down just a bit here in the second game. Still blowing out towards center field, but about a 10 to 15 mile per hour clip. Before game 1, it was 25 to 30 miles an hour. Pitch down low, ball 4. So the first 2 reach here in the top of the second. And it brings up Austin Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick came in to play defense in the first game. 2 nights ago, he went 0 for 4. Fitzpatrick out of Benicia, California. Benicia. 6'4", 215, right-handed hitter. 2 on, nobody out. Chukars lead 2-0 here in the top of the second. And the first pitch from Logan is high for a ball. The team will leave early Wednesday for that trip to Missoula, about a 6-hour bus ride. 1-0 pitch, popped up infield left side. Going out as the shortstop, Manji. He'll make the catch in shallow left field for the first out of the inning. Now it's the catcher, Jerry Chavarria. He has not played in either of the games. Chavarria out of Washington, D.C., 5'10", 210, right-handed hitter. Played for the Monterey Amberjacks.
Same team as Brooks Benson of a couple years ago.
Logan comes set. Quick check of the runner at second. Checks him again. And comes home with the pitch. Fastball misses outside for a ball. At second base, Moody. At first base, Harris. At the plate, Chavarria. Been a good crowd tonight on a cold and windy Monday. A beautiful breaking ball. That thing started way outside. Late break caught the inside corner, and it's 1-1.
That's Logan's good slider. That's one of his best pitches.
Great movement on that pitch. And the count 1-1. The kick. This one, again, wild pitch back to the backstop. So now two runners in scoring position. Following the second wild pitch of the inning by Quentin Logan. There's one out. The number 8 hitter, Chavarria, with a 2-1 count. Logan gets the sign from his catcher, Sanchez. The pitch misses inside, 3-1. Chukars back in town Saturday for a 9-game homestand. 3-1 pitch on the way, and that's called strike 2. Chavarria was ready to head on down to the first baseline, but the pitch caught the outside edge. Now it's full 3-2. 1 out, 2 on. Chukars on top, 2-0 early here in game number 2. 3-2 pitch, ground ball. That's going to score a run. Manji, the shortstop, will make the play. So Chavarria grounds out 6-3. Does pick up an RBI, and scoring on the play was Moody. And you know, Quentin Logan's upset. He put the runner in scoring position with back-to-back wild pitches. And the number 9 hitter, Jesus Azawa. He is 5 for 8 in the previous 2 ball games, batting 9th for the Mustangs. 2-1 the score. And the fastball inside, 1-0.
Through these 3 ball games, one thing that's occurred to me is that no matter where you're hitting 1 through 9, doesn't mean a whole lot right now. We're still learning these guys. There's no scouting reports. These guys out of the 9-hole can hurt you just as much as a guy batting second or third.
There's that good-looking breaking ball for a called strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at third base, the tying run. That's Caden Harris. Logan, 1-1 pitch. Fastball way outside. 2-1 the count.
And it's the fastballs that he's overthrowing. The breaking balls right now he's got good control on, but when he's trying to pump it up and hit high 80s to low 90s, he's just overthrowing right now. Sometimes way overthrowing, not even hitting his catcher.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's that good breaking ball. It's going to be right in front of us, the foul ball. And it bounces back. Nobody was injured. And somebody's taken home a souvenir. A young girl And she gets a nice hand from the fans. Now she says, Dad, what do I do with this thing?
That is, unless Kevin can convince her to trade it in for 3 pitches at the speed pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ground ball hit up the middle, fielded by Gar, the second baseman. The throw in time for out number 3. 1 run on 1 hit. There are no errors, and Billings leaves 1 man on base. We played 1.5. It's the Chukars 2 and the Mustangs 1 here on KSBZ.
Chukars office at 208-522. Team members at ABC Vision. Their ABC Vision exam today at 208-525-86. Because at ABC Vision.
Bottom of the second, leading things off will be the third baseman, Bronson Butcher. First time we've seen Bronson in the lineup. Listed as a catcher, playing third base tonight. 5'7", 250. Out of Eagle Mountain, Utah. And he says he's the team's redneck. I love that. Wants to be called Butch, so Butch at the plate. And he hasn't missed too many meals at the plate either, I don't think. The pitch is down low for a ball. It's 1-0. He's a stockily built young man. He likes his country music. Well, who doesn't? 1-0 the count on Bronson, or I should say Butch. Bronson Butcher takes the pitch low. It's 2-0.
In that game in Boise, we saw Butch come up for 1 at bat, and he took a swing on a ball. He didn't even put too much of a swing on it, but the power he generates in his swing, he flied out 400 feet to center field.
Oh, I bet if he gets a hold of one, he can hit it a long way. Takes the pitch. That's high. Ball 3, 3-0 on Butch. He was scheduled to be the DH in game number, or he's scheduled to catch in game number 2, but with the injury to Webb Little. Don't know if it's an injury or not, but Little out of the lineup for this second game. And that's ball 4 low, so Bronson Butcher with a 4-pitch walk. And we'll bring up Alex Monge, the shortstop. Another number 9 hitter that's having a good start. He's 3 for 7 in the 2 games. Chukars put 2 on the board in the bottom of the first. Billings picked up 1 in the top of the second. And the Chukars batting now here in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Alex, inside for a ball, 1-0. Butch taking a pretty good lead over at first base. Espinosa comes set, throw over to first base. Bronson has to dive back to the bag.
pretty agile diving back.
He is. Played at Trinidad State Junior College in Colorado and Texas A&M Texarkana. Did the runner at first base. Monge takes the next pitch for a called strike, and that'll even out the count on 1-1.
I love those cities that they're just amalgamations of two states. In Tahoe, there's the Calneva Casino. Texarkana, I think there's a few more around those southern states that border each other.
Espinosa to Monge, 1-1 pitch. Lifted foul and out of play, and it's 1-2 on the Chucker shortstop. Chuck Steele on deck for the Chuckers. Chuckers have just one hit. That was an infield single by Andrew Don in the first. 1-2 on Monge. The smallest Chucker at the plate, the biggest Chucker on the base. Swing and a miss, but it's a foul tip, not held on by the catcher, Cheverria. And the count remains 1-2.
Yeah, Espinosa is pitching like there's a dinner at his in-laws right now that he doesn't want to make.
I like that. I feel his pain. 1-2 the count. I might steal that one, Tyler. That was AAA right there.
Go right ahead.
1-2 the count. Nobody out. Runner first base is Butcher. And that ball, did it hit him? No, nearly hit him. Alex got out of the way of the fastball, and now it's 2-2. Could we have a semblance of a baseball game here in the second game?
1s and 2s on the scoreboard. That's a start.
17-11 and 14-12, the two scores in the previous two games. Espinosa looks in, takes a quick look at Butcher at first base. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Monge takes it down low for a ball. It's full, 3-2. Espinosa has walked 3 already. And he's behind in the count. 3-2 pitch. That's high, ball 4. Oh, the Chuckers got back-to-back walks in the first. They get back-to-back walks to start the second. Boy, starting pitching for Billings. Saturday night, Alex Smith did not get an out. He walked 4. In the first game of this game, the starter, Sean Jackson, went 2/3 of an inning. He walked 5. And now, Espinosa has walked 4.
Not sure what to make of that other than to say early season rust and taking a year off.
Here's Chuck Steele, struck out swinging his first time up here in game 2. Pitch from Espinosa. It was an overhand curveball that caught the inside corner. Count 1-0, or 0-1, excuse me. Espinosa, 0-1 pitch. Steele, that's inside, 1-1.
And from the umpire's motion, it appears that Mike Colson is our home plate umpire for tonight's game.
He's the scheduled home plate umpire. Brett Martin at first, and Kyle Martin, his son, at third. One pitch. Nobody out, runners at first and second. And that pitch is low, and it's 2-1. Well, Saturday night, Tyler, the Chuckers got out to a 10-0 lead. Game 1 tonight, they got out to a 6-0 lead. And they're up 2-1 here in the third game of the year.
Certainly an encouraging sign.
There's a ball. That's going to be a base hit, a bloop job into right field. And Butcher's going to be stopped at third. So a bases loaded situation for Jordan Garr. Not hit hard, but right in front of the right fielder, Fitzpatrick. And it brings up Jordan Garr. And out comes the pitching coach, Winston Abreu, who has come out to the mound in the bottom of the first all 3 games.
You know, John, there is nobody warming up in the Chukars bullpen right now, which would lead me to believe that Logan is at least going to start the 3rd inning.
Nice. I like the way he throws. Bases loaded. Bronson Butcher 3rd. Alex Monge 2nd. Chuck Steele 1st.
We want to invite everyone to join us on May 29th. That's our next scheduled home game. It'll be the replica ring giveaway, courtesy of JD's Hallett. The first 1,000 fans will get a replica ring desk ornament.
Jim Dortch sponsoring that event. Longtime Chukars sponsor and fan. Well, let's see what Jordan Garr can do. Bases loaded, nobody out. 2 walks and a single here in the 2nd for the Chucks. Here's the pitch. That's low and away, ball 1. No activity in the Billings bullpen. Espinosa stares into his catcher. Comes set, chest high. 1-0 delivery to Garr. There's a high pop-up. Out goes the second baseman, and that's going to be Azawa making the catch for out number 1. So a high pop-up to the second baseman in shallow right field. 1 out brings up Matt Feinstein. He walked and scored his first time up in tonight's game. Game 1, Matt had 3 hits and 2 RBI.
After tonight, John, both these teams will have a day off, and then both these teams will play 6 straight ball games. Billings will go home, have their home opener with 6 against the Rocky Mountain Vibes. Chukars will play 3 in Missoula, and then turn right around and play 3 here against the Paddleheads.
The Paddleheads.
No more Osprey.
Here's the first ball. Feinstein swung at a pitch that was way outside and in the dirt. Totally fooled was Matt. Count 0-1. Let's see, you go to Missoula, that'll be the peanut inning. Have you heard about that?
Ooh, just briefly mentioned by our good friend Greg Moraz. I'm not as familiar with that, though. Could you extrapolate on that?
No, but you'll find out yourself.
Okay.
I'll let you experience it firsthand.
Something to look forward to.
On Wednesday night. 0-1 pitch. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I know those guys in Missoula like to have fun. They're big on social media. They've got a guy up there whose title is the Director of WOW.
Okay. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded. Espinosa working against Feinstein. The kick and the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. That'll be a base hit up the middle to center field. 1 run's going to score. They're going to send the second runner home. Monge with good speed. He'll score. And Matt Feinstein does it again. A 2-run single. And the Chukars take a 4-1 lead.
I know it's because Butcher had to freeze on a line drive, but Monge almost caught him before they got to home plate.
So Feinstein, a big 2-run single. And it brings up Sam Little. Feinstein now with 7 RBI in the first 3 games. Sam Little walked his first time up. Chukars now 4 runs on 3 hits. And the pitch from Espinosa to the left-handed swinging Sam Little. Outside, ball one. Steele at second, Feinstein at first base. Chukars with 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Little swings and fouls it back. Makes the count 1-1. There's a Mustangs pitcher doing some jogging in the bullpen, getting loose on this chilly night. The 1-1 pitch. Little takes it down low for a ball. It's 2-1.
Well, we saw both 2 Billings starters in the 2 previous games not even make it out of the first inning. So at the very, very least, I'm sure that the Billings manager, Joe Cruzel, wants to see Espinosa at least get through the second here.
2-1 the count on Little. Now Espinosa wants to talk to his catcher, or does he want a new baseball? Nope, he wants to chat with Chavarria. The Boise Hawks beat the Raptors in game 1 of that doubleheader, 5-3.
Boise, from what we saw briefly in the exhibition game, looked like a good team, but much like the Chukars, much like the Mustangs, all these teams really need to get their pitching staffs sort of figured out here early in the season.
Ogden leads Boise in the second game 2-0. The 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Missoula looks like they beat Great Falls 3-1 in the first game, and they lead 2-0 in the second game. Missoula, the only undefeated team, and that'll be the Chukars' opportunity to knock them off starting Wednesday night.
Word on the street is, too, that their roster built pretty good.
2-2 the count. Obviously some pretty good pitching with those scores. Here's Little, foul ball just past the first baseman foul. Count remains 2-2 on Sam. One out, 2 runs in on 2 walks and a couple of base hits. The big hit by Matt Feinstein, the 2-run single. 2-2 the count on Sam Little. The kick and the pitch from Espinosa, that's high, ball 3. Espinosa has walked 4 already. Three, 2, 1 away. Now Espinosa with that fake toss to second. Cobbs at third, Issei the shortstop, Azawe the second baseman, and Moody at first. Bradshaw in left, Harrison center, Fitzpatrick in right, and Chavarria behind the plate. Payoff pitch, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Foul tip held on by the catcher. So a big strikeout for Espinosa. Out number 2. And it brings up Andrew Don, who had the infield single in the first. Tonight's attendance for the doubleheader, 973. Not bad. Hey, if you come out to the game in weather like this, you're a baseball fan.
We've got baseball fans in Idaho Falls, too.
No big giveaways tonight, just baseball. First baseman Andrew Don. Takes the pitch. Called strike 1. Andrew just looks back and stares at the umpire. Chukars looking to score 1 more here in the second, at least 1 more with a base hit. Here's a pitch, inside out swing and a foul ball. And it's 0-2 on the Chukar first baseman. Andrew wears the socks high up to his knees. 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a ball hit into right, and making the catch was Fitzpatrick for out number 3. Chukars scored 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We played 2. In game number 2, it's the Chukars 4 and the Mustangs 1 here on KSBZ. Top of 3, it'll be the top of the order for the Mustangs. Issei, Cobb, and Bradshaw to face Hugh Logan, who's on to pitch his 3rd inning for the Chukars. Celebrity 3rd inning, and we welcome Chris Scoops Hall to the press box with us, the new assistant general manager of the Chukars. What's up, Scoops?
Doing good. I'm a celebrity because of the Twitter account, the Chukars Twitter account.
No, you're a celebrity.
It's not me. It's just the Chukars Twitter account, the celebrity.
That is not true. You are one hard-working young man.
Up-and-comer. I don't know if you heard that. Caught that on the field the other day. Up-and-comer as well.
It'll be Chris Issei leading things off. Chukars lead 4-1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. You've been around baseball for a while. Have you ever seen anything like the first 2 games we've had this season?
No, and I'm hoping I don't see 47 more of them.
It's like slow pitch softball. There's the 1-0 pitch.
I love baseball, but 4.5 hours is a smidge too much.
You know, and a 3.5-hour 7-inning ball game.
Yeah, we're on pace for 7 hours of baseball today. Not great.
And what time did you get to the ballpark today?
9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Long day.
2-0 pitch outside, ball 3. Tell us about yourself, Chris. Folks know who you are, but how in the heck did you land in Idaho Falls, and how did you land with the Chukars?
I landed in Idaho Falls going to BYU Idaho for school. A good friend of mine, Aaron Madero, did an internship here in 2016. Was nice enough to put in a good word for me in 17.
There's ball 4, so Essay, a leadoff walk.
And then, yeah, got an internship here. Worked hard enough, I guess, that they let me come back, and they've been letting me come back for, this will be my 4th Chukars season.
4th Chukars season, and you've moved up the ladder, assistant general manager.
Yeah, it's a very nice title. Had to fight for it. You know, had to put in a good word. It wasn't a given, but.
Here's Dalton Cobb. 2 home runs early on in the season, and the first pitch from Logan is a called strike 1. You know, assistant general manager, but tell you what, you do the grounds crew, you do a little bit of everything, as I think everybody does here on the staff.
Yeah, you know, Gardy asked me the other day what I don't do here, and I told him I'd let him know when I figured it out. But that's what I love about it. I can't imagine sitting at a desk for 8 hours. We get to try a little bit of everything here, so it's awesome. My wife said before I came on, you guys were talking about my favorite promotion, the peanut inning.
Yeah. Don't tell Tyler, though. We wanted to surprise him when he gets to Missoula.
You're in for the ride of your life.
Exactly. High fly ball center field. Should be a piece of pie fly for Steele. He'll make the squeeze. There's out number 1. Have you always been a baseball fan, Chris?
I have.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Las Vegas. Didn't have a team there, so I became a Giants fan pretty early on because Barry Bonds was my favorite player, still is my favorite player. And so, yeah, I've been watching as much Giants baseball as I can since I was probably 7, 8 years old.
So from Vegas to Rexburg, two similar cities.
Almost identical. The Mormon hubs of the world.
Here's the pitch to the next batter, Mike Bradshaw, called strike one. And I know you're a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan.
I don't know how you couldn't be. I think the world is at this point. Tyler Peterson, he says he's a Raiders fan, but I know deep down in there he's a little bit of a Chiefs fan too. We'll get him before he leaves Idaho Falls. I'll get him in a Tyreek Hill jersey.
Here's a throw over to first base.
No, yeah, Tyler doesn't like the Kansas City Chiefs World Champions flag above my desk, and Billy Butler really doesn't like the San Francisco Giants pennant hanging on my desk. So I make somebody mad every day, and that's okay with me.
Hey, I like both of those teams.
Good colors, some ISU colors in that Giants one for you.
A 1 pitch in the dirt. Nice scoop job by Sanchez, the catcher, and it's 1-1. What's your favorite thing to do here at the ballpark besides give orders?
I like doing on-field promos. I've been doing it for a long time. The fish fling is a point of pride for me. I was probably the 4th or 5th person to give it a shot. I'm pretty good at it now.
You can fling those fish, no doubt about that.
There's a lot of pressure. The crowd will give it to you. You drop a couple. But I've gotten to the point, if someone will work with me, they'll give me one step each way. I can get it close.
2-1 the count, talking to Chris Hall, a.k.a. Scoops, the assistant general manager here at Melaleuca Field for the Chukars. Your lovely wife works here as well.
She's gone now, John, unfortunately. She handed in her staff shirt. So.
I just saw her the other night.
Yeah, she was helping train the new person down at the front desk.
Okay.
But, she's pretty big time over at the East Idaho Aquarium these days. So she handed in her staff shirts, no more. Occasionally I'll be able to get her.
Makes me a little sad.
Yeah, she's cool.
2-2 pitch, fouled off. The batter is Bradshaw. He reached on an error his first time up. Runner at first base, there's one out. We're in the top of the third. And we actually have a baseball score on the scoreboard. It's 4-1.
I'd say the key to, our marriage is that during the summers we just never see each other. So, we're like newlyweds at the end of every year. I don't know if that's how it's been for you over the years, too.
Next pitch is low. Hey, it makes things better. Everybody needs a break sometime.
Yeah, I could use a break from me sometimes, so I can't imagine how she feels.
I agree 100%. Full count, 3-2. Runner at first base, one out. Chukars on top, 4-1, top of the third. That pitch is low, and it's the second walk by Logan. Looks like there might be some activity in the bullpen. Nope. So runners at first and second. So there is some activity in the Chukars bullpen. Is it Alex Leach? It is Alex Leach, and that's going to be it for Q Logan. Quentin not a starter. He goes 2 1/3, gives up just 1 run. And we have a pitching change. It's brought to you by the Smith Group, simplifying the car buying experience for 100 years. We will be back and tell you about the new pitcher on KSBZ, the Sports Zone, your home for Fox Sports, and, of course, your Idaho Falls Chukars.
4-7 to schedule. Some countertops for details.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Be sure and ask Page Insurance in Idaho Falls if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Coming to the mound for the Chukars is Alex Leach, 6'3", 200-pound right-hander out of Waterford, California. Alex worked on Saturday night, worked a scoreless ninth inning. Struck out one, walked one, and he replaces Quentin Logan, who went 2 1/3, gave up 2 hits, 1 run thus far. He walked 3, and he struck out 1 batter. And he'll face Daniel Cipriano, the designated hitter. Chris Hall in the booth with us, the assistant GM for the Chukars. Of course, Chucks hit the road for 3 and then back here for a 9-game homestand starting Saturday. What are some of the highlights of the upcoming homestand, Scoops?
So game 1, we're going to have, courtesy of JD's Hollett, we're going to have our replica ring giveaway as we, a year late start celebrating that 2019 team. I think that's going to be something that fans really like. It's going to be something that you can put on a shelf or a desk that looks just like our championship rings that we have.
First pitch is a swing and a miss by Cipriano.
And so, I think that's going to be a lot of fun for people.
And the fireworks on Saturday.
We're going to have fireworks on Saturday. I'm just finding that out right now. That's exciting.
Oh, I'm glad to fill you in.
Yeah, Scoops all no more. I just got scooped by John Balgini.
Well, it's not the first time I've scooped somebody. Here's a ground ball hit to the right side. Don, the first baseman, goes to second. Boy, Mangia, dangerous throw to third. Nice play by Butch at third base. That's out number 2. Runners at first and third for Darius Moody.
And then next Sunday, this coming Sunday, we're weather permitting going to have our first Copa game that, is now a year and a week in the waiting. So hopefully it's not, hopefully the Madres jerseys aren't cursed. Hopefully eventually they get to make an appearance at Lucas Field. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It's something that a lot of us, I know especially our former assistant general manager, Josh Michelson, put a lot of work into. And so we're excited to see how it goes. We hope it brings, some extra people out on Sundays.
4 o'clock start time on Sunday. Then I guess Monday, Memorial Day, it's a 4 o'clock start as well.
Yep, and so, everybody can make sure they go over to Stockman's Restaurant. They're going to be giving away tickets to that Memorial Day game with any purchase leading up to it. So they do have those tickets now, so with any purchase, grab some tickets. We'd love to see you come out here for some afternoon baseball on Memorial Day.
0-1 the count, runners at first and third, 2 outs. Moody was singled his first time up.
And then, as we get into June, our annual Cancer Awareness Night, we're going to have some specialty jerseys, players signed, doing a silent auction throughout the game on those. I've been able to see the jerseys. I think there's something that people are going to get really excited about. Should be posting those to social media this upcoming weekend. But yeah, we're really excited about them. They're different. They don't look like any other Chukars jerseys we've done, so we're excited about those.
0-1 pitch, low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike on Moody. Alex Leach, the new pitcher for the Chukars, wants a fresh baseball. And then look, the specialty jerseys, you guys have done a great job. I haven't really seen one that I said, what is that? I have. Pretty cool.
I have. I'll keep which one to myself.
Write it down for me real quick.
It was a 2019 Cancer jersey.
Okay.
We got about 60 of them still sitting on the rack downstairs. So
on sale?
On sale.
Bargain basement price?
You might love them. Everybody should look into them. They didn't do it for me.
There's a base hit, and that's going to score run number 2. So Moody, boy, nearly rolls all the way to the fence. Going to be a double by Moody as he slides into second base. So a 2-out double by Darius Moody has made the score 4-2, and it'll bring up Caden Harris. Moody's second hit of the game picks up the RBI.
But our specialty jerseys we get really excited about those. We put a lot of work into designing them because of those auctions during the game. They all go to some really great causes. Our cancer awareness jerseys, all the profits go towards cancer research in the area. So that's something that we're always really proud to be a part of, and people always buy the jersey. So make sure you come. We'll get that autographed by your favorite player too. So we're lucky to have a program like that.
First pitch to Harris, fouled off. 2 in scoring position with 2 outs here in the third inning.
And then, June 3rd is going to be our Thursday Copa game. That's going to be our only Copa game we're going to do this season that's not going to be on a Sunday. I realize there's lots of people that don't want to come to games on Sundays, but still might get excited about that Copa program. We want to make sure that they have the chance to come out, get excited about it, be a part of it. Get some Copa Madres gear. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Next pitch is a called strike, and it's 0-2. As Harris has a word with umpire Mike Colson. At third base, Cipriano. At second base, Moody. Checkers on top, 4-2 as we play here in the top of the third.
And I can say from earlier in the game, the Sam Little check swing that they were arguing about down there definitely hit the plate, not the bat.
Here's strike 3. And that'll do it. Oh, now they say, why didn't you appeal? And they're going to appeal, and he says he went around. Amateur umpires for the Mustangs. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 4-2 Chukars.
Idaho Central Credit Union is
back here at Melaleuca Field. John Balgini, Tyler Peterson, Chris Hall, the assistant GM for the Chukars with us. Year number 4, you said, right, Chris?
Year number 4 Chukars, and then abandoned last year as well, yeah. So.
And tell us about this experience of no more affiliated baseball. Boy, it's been a long off season for you guys, and you've had a lot to do.
Yeah, it's something completely different than anything we've ever done before, having to find a coaching staff, find players, and, we took our time compared to some of these other Pioneer League teams in finding especially a coaching staff, but I'm glad that we did. I mean, we've got the coolest guys as a coaching staff.
Here's a bunt. I didn't see what happened. Hit the bat twice. Okay, thank you, Tyler.
Billings manager doesn't seem to agree.
Well, they have been on the short end of most of the calls in these 3 games. Count 0-1 is Sanchez tried to bunt his way on.
Yeah, like I was saying, the coaching staff is great. They're awesome to be around. They were excited about coming out here. They got guys excited to come out here, and that was what we were most focused on. And then just people that are going to be good people around the Idaho Falls community have been awesome. Being able to bring Billy Butler in, who lives here, is excited about it, has been awesome. I mean, I don't think there's any other coaching staffs in the Pioneer League that have 2 former big leaguers, 2 former AAA coaches, so we're lucky to have them here.
First time I met Billy Gardner Jr., just a nice guy. We had a nice long chat. Bob Malacki, the pitching coach. He was a teammate of an Idaho Falls high school legend, Greg Talamontez. They played in the Baltimore Orioles organization. And of course, Billy Butler. What can you say about Billy Butler? Hall of Famer here at Melaleuca. Next pitch from Espinosa is a strike called, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, they've fit in right since they got here. They're not afraid to give it to me a little bit, but yeah, they've become awesome to work with and be around.
Mauricio Ramos, a former Chukar player, also on the coaching staff.
And Caden White down there as well.
Yeah, there's Sanchez hit by a fastball and throws his bat near the dugout. So Ricardo tonight has reached on a catcher's interference and got plunked in the back. So he trots down to first base, brings up Thomas DeBonville, still looking for his first Chukars hit.
Home run in Boise, but unofficial.
Yeah, Caden White, just a great kid. Watched him play through high school and for the Bandits.
Yeah, I got to know Caden a little bit last year during the Bandits season. He's a good kid. I'm glad we've got him around. I'm sure it's a great experience for him. So yeah, that's awesome that we've been able to keep it with Mauricio, Billy, and Caden, have some local ties in the dugout. You know, I think helps these guys be excited about being here. They get to be out in the community a little bit more, and you know, with our vaccination rates as a team, that's something that we're really proud of too. So, you know, for the Pioneer League, there's COVID protocols until you reach a certain percentage of players and staff that are vaccinated, and we hit that plateau before guys ever got here. So we've been able to lift a lot of those. They're able to get out in the community and not be worried about bringing COVID back into the clubhouse or having to postpone games or anything like that.
Here's DeBonville, takes the pitch down low for a ball. It was so nice on Saturday to see 2,700 fans here in the stands, and I didn't see one mask except the ones worn by the catcher and the umpire.
I saw a couple trickling in, but yeah, it was awesome being back in a full crowd. You know, I hope everyone did it safely, but it was sure great to be back after a long year. You know, Bandits baseball was fun, but
it was.
You know, a crowd like tonight probably would have been our best Bandits crowd. So it was different. You know, obviously very grateful for the Bandits being able to step in and save somewhat of a season last year, but it is different to have Chukars baseball back and see people excited about that.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to DeBonville. It's low, ball 2.
Got to keep my job. You got to keep your job. Couldn't run the risk of breaking a John Balgini calling baseball games streak.
I'm so old. I was first in line for the vaccination. That's how old I am.
I tried.
Youngsters had to wait.
I tried to sneak my way in. I looked up some loopholes. It didn't work. But
that doesn't surprise me. Here's a ball hit to right. This one is long, it's strong, and it's off the wall. First hit for DeBonville. Now he's got to hustle to second. Well, nobody's covering. And a stand-up double for Thomas DeBonville. It was nearly DeBonville, but it hit the fence in right field.
He thought it was gone. He thought it was gone, I think, as he was rounding first.
So a double for Thomas DeBonville. Sanchez over to third. There's nobody out for Bronson Butcher. So 2 in scoring position with nobody out. Mustangs infield comes in halfway, not in on the grass.
I noticed they haven't been playing as shallow in the outfield today as they were on Saturday. They're basically playing with 9 infielders on Saturday.
Although with Webb Little, he had a ball over the center fielder's head that was playing way shallow. But yeah, they have backed up, no doubt.
That's my roommate. You know, he's good.
He's roommates, huh? You're hosting the little boys?
Me and the littles, we're out there. Live sharing a townhouse, and so.
Oh, nice.
You know,
how's that, being a host family?
You know, it's great. You know, the reason we did it was obviously to help some guys out, but also because, you know, you really don't see them very much, you know, especially for me. You know, I'm at the ballpark all the time when they're here, but, you know, they go on the road and they're gone. I mean, it's really not much of a commitment. I know, you know, we are looking for 1 or 2 more host families. If there's anybody out there that's interested, you know, these guys, we get a chance to bring them into your home. They're good kids. Just looking for a place to stay while they're playing ball this summer. Make a little bit of money in rent, some Chukars tickets.
There's a ball hit to right field, right out the right fielder, and Sanchez came down the line. No chance to tag, and that's out number 1. You talked about the Giants. You talked about the Chiefs. Do you have an NBA team you follow?
LeBron James.
Crybaby himself?
You know, just the greatest player of all time.
Oh,
John.
whatever. What? Yeah, I can tell you're a young man. I mean, come on, the greatest of all time.
You know, as much as I'd love to have a first take segment here with you about it, for me, he's the greatest of all time because I think he's probably better than Michael Jordan at everything.
Nope. No way.
Maybe Jordan was better defensively, but he's probably better. He's a better shooter. He's bigger. He's stronger. He's faster.
What are you been drinking down in the office?
He's a better rebounder.
No, Michael Jordan, he is the GOAT. Pitch down low, ball 1. It's not like LeBron. I mean, hey, he's a great player, but God, he just cries too much on the court.
You know, if people would stop trying to hurt him, he'd cry a little bit less. But
I saw a great meme the other day. He was poked in the eye, was LeBron James. He was on the ground for 80 seconds after just being poked in the eye by little Steph Curry. Meanwhile, the guy from the Mets gets hit in the face with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and he was up and ready to play in 30 seconds.
I mean, he got poked in the eye, John. Being poked in the eye is very different than getting hit in the face.
Oh,
that's your eye. You can't see without it. So, you know, I'd rather get hit in the nose than get poked in the eye.
Oh, 2 on. Foul back by Manji. Count 1 and 2.
They could have blinded him.
80 seconds on the... No, come on. I'm sorry I brought it up now.
Yeah, if he was blinded, we'd be saying, oh, only 80 seconds? And he could have been. He very well could have been.
You keep on believing that.
Hey, I'm not going to stand for this poked in the eye slander. It hurts.
I'd rather be poked in the eye than take a 94-mile-an-hour fastball to my noggin.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a ball hit foul, first base line.
A hockey player could never, I'll tell you that. 94 to the face.
Yeah, no, those guys are tough.
They're no LeBron James. They're no Kevin Pillar, but they're tough.
I don't know what to say, Scoops. I really don't know what to say.
And like they say on SportsCenter, he's tough. He's LeBron James.
4-2 is the score. Chukars have 2 in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. As we argue with Chris Hall.
To me, you're the LeBron James of the radio booth up here, the GOAT.
Well, don't poke me in the eye. I'll be out for about five innings.
Yeah, a blind radio announcer, I don't know how you make that work. Just the sounds of the game, I guess.
No. People have claimed I was blind sometimes.
I've heard some people on this ballpark called blind tonight. I've heard that yelled a lot tonight from the crowd.
Yep. 2-2 the count.
Maybe they just got poked in the eye.
Manji takes it low for a ball. It's 3-2. Oh, and Espinosa, they appealed, and he got the strikeout. That's the 3rd time that's happened. But this time the catcher appealed, and they said that Manji went around. So out number 2. And we go to the top of the order for Chuck Steele. Any final parting words, Chris?
You know, I did want to just put out there on the radio that Manji didn't have to do that to Butch a couple innings ago, getting on him like that, running home. He didn't have to run that fast. He didn't have to make Butch look like that.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
It's uncalled for. It's kind of, yeah. I'm glad he scored. Don't get me wrong.
Espinosa to steal. Chuck 1 for 2. A strikeout and a single as the Chukars bat here in the bottom half of inning number 3, trying to split this doubleheader and trying to go 2-1.
John, I might be bringing up old content here, but how do you feel about swinging 3-0 and hitting a home run off a position player?
There's nothing wrong with it.
I thought it was very cool.
Yeah, I did too, really. Foul tips, swing and a miss, count now 1-1. How about Tony La Russa not even backing his own guy?
Said he was glad he got hit. Yeah. He understood it.
I think Tony, he hasn't managed in 10 years, and it shows. I think his time is gone.
I think that's easy to say when you're a really good team in first place, but you go on a 4 or 5 game losing streak, and I feel like that might stick with players. That might become a bigger issue down the line.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on.
I love Willens Astudillo, don't get me wrong. I didn't like that he hit it off of him. One of my favorite players to YouTube. The greatest bat flips of all time. He has this one where he gets down on one knee.
Oh, yeah?
He just kind of puts his hand on his chin and watches it go over the wall.
1-1 pitch, Steele fouls the bat, 1-2. Now that kind of stuff I don't go for.
Tyler Peterson either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind a bat flip, but when you can go overboard with the bat flip.
I don't think you can.
Well, you think LeBron James is the greatest, so that ends that conversation. Always fun to have Chris Hall in the booth.
Peanuts.
Yeah. Get ready for that, Tyler.
The most polarizing promotion in sports.
1-2 pitch. Hit to right field. Back goes the right fielder. Going back. He's going to make. Oh, he dropped it. The right fielder, Fitzpatrick, dropped it. 2 runs are going to score, and Chuck Steele's safe at second. Boy, the Chukars get a 2-run gift right there. Of course, no RBI on the play, but the Chukars will take the 2 runs, and they now lead by a 6-2 score.
Did you hit play on the commercial there? What's that? Did you hit play on the commercial there? You were close.
No.
I would have.
I thought he had it. So the Chukars get a couple of runs with 2 outs on a drop fly ball by Austin Fitzpatrick.
What's your favorite walk-up song this year so far, John?
I don't know most of them because I'm an old guy, but somebody has a Steve Miller Band song, a walk-up song.
Jordan Garr?
Yeah, Jordan Garr. What's yours?
I don't know what song it is that Don walks out to, but I like it.
Wild pitch on the play, goes to third, does Steele.
Chuck Steele's is cool too. Goes with his name, the coolest name I've ever heard. It's a superhero name.
Chuck the Man of Steel.
Yeah, Chuck Steele.
The batter is Jordan Garr. The count 1-0 on Jordan.
When we got his letter of intent, I told Tyler we just won a championship.
Just by the name. Base hit, Garr, and the Chukars add another unearned run. They now lead it by a 7-2 score. Well, hey, you're approaching Josh Mickelson. We're scoring runs here in the booth.
Speaking of the GOAT, Josh Michelson.
Yeah, Michelson. Josh Michelson.
I've heard him say it both ways. The 3 spots so far. The real feat this year is going to be who can have a quick inning on air.
It's usually Kevin Green for some reason. So 3 runs have scored on what should have been the 3rd out of the inning. And the fans are getting excited. There's a breaking ball to Matt Feinstein. He's off to a good start. 7 RBI in the first 3 games.
One of 2 Ivy League guys?
Yep.
We got a smart team, too. Cool names. Ivy Leaguers. Big Leaguers. What don't we have?
Ball hit to the right side. scooped up by the second baseman, and that'll be out number 3. Scooped up by the second baseman. We're scooping Chris Hall out of the box. Thanks, Chris, as always, and keep up the good work.
Thanks, John.
All right. We have played 3 here at Melaleuca Field. It's the Chukars 7 and the Mustangs 2.
Travis and Chris will here with Teton Toyota.
Our dealership operates a no-problem philosophy that's designed to put you in charge of your next vehicle purchase.
Prefer to shop online? No problem.
Evening or weekend? No problem.
Need a wide range of financing and leasing options? No problem.
So whether it's one of our rugged new Tacomas or just a car that's new to you, no problem means no problem.
Teton Toyota, where it's always no problem to buy or service your next vehicle.
Buffalo Wild Wings wants to welcome back all their customers to dine in with them. With the new safety measures like their text-to-pay service, B-Dubs is able to make your night safe and enjoyable. Join them for team trivia every Wednesday, come for their beer and $4 shot specials, or book an event room for your parties. Buffalo Wild Wings is a proud supporter of Idaho Falls Chukars baseball, and they look forward to welcoming you back on game day.
What is good is that it is the top of the 4th, which means it's time for this day in baseball history. Let's start out with 2001. Cincinnati Reds are shut out by Cubs starter John Lieber, a one-hitter on 79 pitches. Now that's economical. First pitch from Leach to Fitzpatrick is a ground ball foul. 0-1. Fitzpatrick, Chavarria, and Aswahe, the first 3 hitters to face Alex Leach. Pitch from Leach out of the windup. That is a called strike 2 on the outside. 0-2. Leach working quickly, gets back on the rubber. Gets his sign. And now we've got time at the home plate as Fitzpatrick didn't want to go that quick. Leach never moves off the mound, though. Starts his motion. Here comes the 0-2 pitch on its way, and that's just a bit outside. Ball 1.
Boy, Alex lines up to the far left of the pitching rubber. As far left as you can go.
A double lean before he starts his motion. The 1-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 called on the outside corner. 1 away in the top of the 4th.
Back-to-back backward Ks for Alex Leach.
Let's take it back to 2000, this date in baseball history. Mark McGwire becomes the fastest player to hit 20 home runs in one season, reaching the mark in 35 games. First pitch to Chavarria. That's a called strike on the outside. 0-1. Chavarria 0 for 1 on the day. He had an RBI ground out in the second. And the 0-1 pitch is high, 1-1. Let's go back to 1964 now.
Now we're talking my years.
The major league mark for most shutouts in one day is broken. 7 of the 20 major league teams do not cross home plate, as the 1-1 pitch is just a bit high.
Interesting statistic.
Teams shut out that day: the Twins, White Sox, Giants, Mets, Phillies, Cardinals, and your Yankees. All blanked on this day in 1964. 2-1 pitch is fouled high, deep, and way back into the parking lot. That is going to make it 2-2.
On that 1964 Yankee team, one of my favorite Yankees, only because he brought a hairdryer into the locker room, Joe Pepitone. Loved Joe Pepitone.
There's a good Curb Your Enthusiasm episode about Joe Pepitone as well. Ground ball toward right field and into right field. A single for Jerry Chavarria. his first hit of the season as a Billings Mustang, and he is on with one out in the top of the fourth. Chukars enjoying a 7-2 lead. Got two more for you, John. 1936 at Shive Park, second baseman Tony Lazzari becomes the
I wasn't
first
there. I promise I was not there.
becomes the first Major League player to hit two grand slams in the same inning, or excuse me, in the same game, when the Yankees annihilate the A's 25-2.
And who did it in the same inning?
That would have been Fernando Tatis, I believe.
Senior, you are correct, sir.
Here's Jesus Suaje, one man on, one man out. First pitch is high. Chukars up by 5 here in the top of the fourth. Chavarria on at first, with Suaje at the plate. Tony Lazzari, a future Hall of Famer. He also established a new American League record with 11 RBI in that game in 1936. Pitch to the plate in the dirt. 2-0.
Missoula leads Great Falls 8-0. Ogden leads the Hawks of Boise 2-0. So Missoula's loaded, huh?
It sounds like it from the scouting report we've had. They've got quite a few guys who have been drafted, who've had some minor league experience, so at least on paper, it seems that their roster has a lot of guys with a lot of experience. 2-0 pitch from Leach to Suaje on its way. That's lined sharply into the netting just in front of the Chukars dugout. Last one for you. In 1935 at Crosley Field, the era of nighttime baseball begins on this day, the first Major League game ever played under lights. The Reds beat the Phillies 2-1. Speaking of
good stuff right there.
Speaking of 2-1, it's a 2-1 count to Jesus Suaje. Pitch from Leach, another foul ball. This one will get over the screen, over that third base stand and into the parking lot. Fitzpatrick struck out. Chavarria singled. And that's where we are so far in this top of the fourth. The Suaje at the plate. Leach bent over at the waist. Arm hanging next to him. Now he comes set on the mound. He's got an interesting pump action with his foot before he comes set. Pitch to the plate is a little bit off. And the count will run full. 3-2. Suaje grounded out to second base to end the second inning. Chris Issei on deck. 3-2 with one out. Let's see if they activate the runner, Chavarria. Leach comes set. Fires to the plate. And it's a ground ball to second. Right cigar. This could be two. It's slowly hit. His only play is to first. And they'll get the out 4-3. Chavarria was not running on the pitch, but the ball was hit too slowly to turn two. Guard took the play that was in front of him and got the sure out at first base. And now there are two outs. So Chris Issei will bat here in the top of the fourth. He will bat with a man on second and two men out in the inning. Chukars lead 7-2 in the top of the fourth. We're playing 7 innings tonight. Billings took the first game. Chukars trying to win this one, and a big swing and a miss. Missed that curve from Leach. 0-1. I say curve, is probably that changeup. Leach goes with a four-seam fastball, changeup, and slider. Quinn Logan went 2 1/3 innings to start this game out in this bullpen game. Alex Leach has followed, and now Sanchez is going to have a word with Alex on the mound. Join us for our next broadcast, which will be Wednesday. I'll be up in Missoula, anxiously awaiting to find out what the peanut inning is all about. That's a 7:05 first pitch. Chukars and Paddleheads for the first time ever, John, against the Paddleheads.
pregame show right around 6:50 here on the Sports Zone.
It's 0-1 to Issei. Leach to the plate, and there's a changeup just a bit low.
I think we mentioned that Webb Little was our Domino's Pizza player of the game in the first game. 4 for 4 with 4 RBI.
2 outs. 1-1 count to Chris Issei. Pitch on its way. Another swing and a miss. That's that changeup again. So Alex staying slow. Issei's bat speeding up right over it. Now he's got him right where he wants him. 1-2. So let's see if he's going to pitch him backwards. He goes slow early in the count. Is he going to try to finish him with fast? Leach. Set on the mound. The kick, the throw, it's a slider and a beauty. Ring 'em up, strike 3 called on the outside corner. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Chukars up 7-2 on KSPZ 980, the Sports Zone.
At Bingham Healthcare Orthopedic.
The first 3 hitters to face Adolfo Espinoza in this bottom of the 4th. Welcome back to our ball game live from Melaleuca Field inside the Jim Garcia radio booth. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini with you. Chukars lead the Billings Mustangs 7-2 in the final game and rubber match of our 3-game series to open up the season. This is game 2 of an unscheduled doubleheader. Chukars and Mustangs were supposed to play yesterday at 4 o'clock, but weather did not permit that to happen. Made the field a little too wet for good play, and some cold weather did not help the conditions, so we pushed the game back to today. Mustangs won game 1 by a score of 14-12. Chukars scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the third in this ball game. So Little be the first man to face Espinoza. He's walked, scored, and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. Had some mini heroics in the 9th inning as a pinch hitter. Had a base hit to keep the line moving. They got Andrew Don to the plate, who was the go-ahead winning run if he had hit a home run, but he flied out to right. And the Chukars, although they made it interesting, lost by 2 in the first game. If they can hold on and win, they will take this opening series. The wind has died down just so slightly. It was blowing pretty well in our first game, but maybe dropped, I'd say about maybe 10 miles an hour since we ended our first game. First pitch from Espinoza to Little is a fastball just a little low. Here's Espinosa from the windup, and a ground ball down the first base line. That'll get right in front of the Chukars dugout. Foul. 1-1. Monday night crowd of just under 1,000 came to watch this doubleheader today. Bottom of the fourth, Chukars up 5, 1-1 pitch, high and outside for ball 2. So far, through 2 games, we've sort of experienced that no run is safe in the New Pioneer League. Might just be an oddity of the first 2 games of the season. Here's a fly ball down the left field line. That'll get back out of play for a foul ball. 2-2 the count to Little. We appreciate you joining us for tonight's broadcast. And coming up in the 5th inning, we want to hear from you. That's your chance to join our broadcast, to interact with us. Our Toyota 5th inning check-in coming up after the bottom of the 4th. 2-2 pitch on the way. It's swung on and missed. Little pulled off on a changeup outside. He has gone swinging, his second swing strikeout. And that's the first out of the 4th inning, the 4th strikeout for Espinosa. And here's Andrew Dawn. Dawn, although made the last out of the bottom of the 7th inning in last game, he did have a 3-run home run. The Chukars again jumped out to a huge lead to start the game. So the first pitch is high for a ball. Got some action now in that Billings bullpen. A lefty for Billings. That's number 35, Alex Smith. Pitch to Dawn is in for strike 1. And Alex Smith, yes, he is the one who started opening night, but he never got an out, so he didn't throw that many pitches. He's probably still good to go 2 nights later. Next pitch, fouled by Dawn, back to the screen. 1-2. Sam Little struck out to begin the inning. Andrew Dawn at bat now in a 1-2 count. Ricardo Sanchez to follow. Espinosa from the windup. The kick, the pitch. It's a ground ball right back to Espinosa. He drops it, throws on to first, and Dawn is retired. 1-3. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And we are reverting back to baseball slowly but surely from football. Over 50 runs scored in our first 2 games. Somewhat unsettling as baseball broadcasters. If you're a fan of runs and long baseball games, I'm sure you enjoyed the first 2 ones. Chukars have scored 7 times. They've only allowed 2 runs, though, which is more encouraging. First pitch to Sanchez. Breaking ball that catches the inside corner for strike. Sanchez, a left-handed hitter. He's been on base via the catcher's interference and the hit by pitch. So that's 2 out of 7 on the bingo card for ways to get to first. Pitch to Sanchez, another breaking ball, and that one dips just a little bit too low. Another good pitch that time from Espinosa. I believe there are 7 ways to get to first base. A base hit, a hit by pitch, a walk, catcher's interference, fielder's choice, error, and I'm missing 1. Pitch to Sanchez, that's popped up to left. Back goes a left fielder. Bradshaw takes a few steps, now makes the catch, and that's 3 up, 3 down for the Chukars in the bottom of the 4th. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Chukars still up by 5 at 7-2 on KSPZ 980, the Sports Zone.
At Rocky Mountain.
Our commitment to you hasn't. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Leach's line.
Welcome back to our ball game. A new interesting change for Billy Gardner Jr. Jake Waters, who is scheduled to start Wednesday's game, has come into the game on the mound.
He replaces Alex Leach. Nice job, Alex. 1 2/3 innings. Gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and he struck out 3.
This is our first look at Jake Waters. Waters attended the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Originally was supposed to start Game 2 on Sunday. That got canceled, so his start was pushed back to what could have been Wednesday against the Missoula Paddleheads, but he's in the game now. He's from Lansing, Michigan. He played for the Indy Windstorm. He's played for 4 independent teams the last 3 years: the Roswell Invaders of New Mexico, the Alpine Cowboys of Texas, the Southern Illinois Miners in Illinois, and the Indy Windstorm in Indiana. But, as I teased before the break, it is our Toyota 5th inning check-in. If you're listening to this broadcast right now, whether it's locally on the radio, whether it's on a stream, whether you're watching our YouTube broadcast, and whether you're a Billings Mustangs fan listening to us, we want to hear from you. We just put out a tweet and a post on our IF Chukars Twitter and Facebook. And just respond to the post or the tweet. Let us know where you are, who you are, what you're doing. If you're enjoying the broadcast, if you have a critique for me, whatever is going on, we want you to interact with us. Cobb, Bradshaw, and Cipriano, the first 3 hitters, to face Jake Waters. First pitch from Waters on its way. First pitch is fouled back by Cobb. Cobb 0 for 2. Struck out and flied out. And now bats here in the 5th. Chukars lead 7-2. Live from Nolaluka Field on this 7-inning ball game. Pitch on its way, ground ball foul. And a quick 0-2 to Dalton Cobb, who has been very dangerous in this 3-game series. Quiet tonight. Waters hoping to keep it that way. Waters, sort of a sideways in between a windup and stretch position. Just a slight step with the back foot, and then he kicks and throws, and that's high for ball 1. One and 2. Cobb stands back in. Waters begins his motion on the mound and pitches, and that is strike 3 called on the outside corner. Fastball at the knees. Waters knew it. Cobb knew it. Another backwards K. All the strikeouts tonight have been looking. The first for Waters. And there's 1 out in the 5th. Here's Jalen Garcia, who's pinch hitting for Mike Bradshaw. First pitch swung on and missed. So a change in the lineup as Garcia comes in to hit. We'll see if this is the designated pinch hitter or if it's a true pinch hitter. Next pitch to Garcia, swung on and missed again. Waters really pouring it in right now.
Garcia went 3 for 4 in the first game after going 0 for 3 Saturday night.
Should I say Waters is flooding the strike zone right now? 0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back. 0-2 on the nose, John. Oh, 0-2, 1 out. but is just a bit outside as Sanchez turned to fire it towards Dawn at first, but strike call never came from Mike Colson. 1-2.
Sanchez, he's an active guy behind the plate. Very animated. I like that.
Very alert back there for sure. Waters with the delivery of the 1-2. That's swung on, fouled into the glove of Sanchez, and now he'll throw it around the diamond. Another strikeout.
That's strikeout number 6 for Chukars pitchers.
Two outs now. That'll bring up Daniel Cipriano. Kyle Carter is here at the game, along with Dave Leach, listening on YouTube. Thanks for checking in with us. Cipriano, first pitch, fouled down the line.
Dave related to Alex?
I would have to guess so. He's also from Waterford, California.
I'll tell you what, Dave, Alex pitched well tonight. Did a great job. Chukars hang on. He could be the winning pitcher in tonight's second game.
It will be a scorer's decision, and that scorer is Mr. John Balgini. 0-1 pitch, a little bit outside, 1-1.
Waters impressive, Tyler.
He is. We saw him briefly in one of the exhibition games, but he looks intense right now on the mound. The pitch is fouled off just barely. 1-2 with 2 outs. Kyle listening on the way home from the game. Got to get the kids to bed. Says we're doing great. Well, we appreciate that, Kyle.
Now you're a good dad, getting those kids in bed.
Roy Rubrick listening in Idaho Falls. Great broadcasting. Go Chukars. Pitch from Waters is just a bit high. Fans didn't like it. Trying to give the umpire some help from the stands. 2-2 with 2 outs. Chukars up 7-2 in the top of the 5th. Two again from Waters, fouled off. Well, Cipriano is certainly fighting it off. He's 0 for 2 so far in this game. Flied out and reached on a fielder's choice. Holds the bat real close to his stomach. The 2-2 again from Waters. That's down low in the dirt. That'll run the count full. Andrew Don listening from, he's going to give us help on this one, John, Scituate, from Scituate, Massachusetts. We appreciate that, Andrew. A couple of West Coast guys, or at least Western guys. Pitch from Waters, breaking ball, didn't quite catch the inside corner, and that'll be ball 4 to Cipriano. Scituate, Massachusetts. I think I attempted Scituate, but I appreciate the help.
I didn't attempt it.
So a 2-out walk to Cipriano. Up steps Darius Moody. Moody's been good in this second game. Singles scored in the second, doubled in a run in the third. Here he is in the top of the 5th with the Mustangs down 5. Pitch to the plate is high for ball 1.
A couple of NBA scores. The Bucks blew out the Heat 132-98. Bucks lead that series 2-0. And the Nuggets lead the Trailblazers by 20. Portland has a 1-0 lead in that series.
1-0 pitch from Waters, now from the stretch to the plate, and that's hit high and deep to left. Over is Feinstein toward the bullpen. This will land foul.
Bob Uecker seats.
Pretty good ride there from Moody. See who else has checked in with us. Debbie Eskridge at home watching the live stream. Jordan is the GOAT, she says, John.
I agree, Debbie.
she's having none of Chris Hall either. 1-1 to Moody. Waters with 2 strikeouts in the inning, then the walk. 1-1 pitch on its way, and that is a ground ball up the middle. Will anyone get there? Manji stops it. Does he have time to throw on to first? He does! A nice defensive play from Alexis Manji, who went far to his left to take the ball, spun, and fired it on to Andrew Dawn on a line to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Chukars still lead 7-2 on KSPZ.
We know that suits you.
In a 7-2 ball game in which the Chukars lead. Smith was the opening day starter for Billings, but didn't get out of the first inning, so he's still fresh.
Line for Adolfo Espinosa, 4 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, but only 2 of those were earned. He walked 4 and he struck out 4.
It'll be Thomas de Bonville, Bronson Butcher, and Alexis Manji, the first 3 hitters here in the 5th. Our check-in 5th inning, Toyota check-in 5th inning. First pitch to Bonville, he takes a mighty hack and fouls one back. If you're listening to tonight's ball game, whether it's on the radio, on a stream, on YouTube, we want to hear from you. Let us know on Twitter or Facebook. 0-1 pitch, another swing. That one's just tipped at the plate. Foul ball. 0-2 to Thomas de Bonville, who's 1 for 2. He got his first hit. I thought it was out of here. It was a long double off the right field wall. Pitch to de Bonville, swing and a miss. Chased and was out in front. Bonville strikes out. Alex Smith finally can say he's recorded an out. He strikes out de Bonville to start the bottom of the 5th. And here's Bronson Butcher. Butcher walked and scored in the 2nd and then flied out to right in the 3rd. Kim Matthews is watching from home while also watching the Denver-Portland NBA game. That sounds like good multitasking. Good TV as well. First pitch to Butcher is low for ball 1. Butcher, big third baseman, his first start tonight. Next pitch is in there for a strike 1. William Dunn watching here in Great Falls, Montana. Perhaps a Great Falls Voyagers fan. Appreciate you joining the broadcast. And Bob Farrell wants to know if Scoops Hall has ever heard of Larry Bird. Pitch to Butcher is another strike. 1-2.
Larry was pretty darn good. Well, one of the greatest ever, of course. the Birdman out of Indiana State.
1-2 pitch, just a bit outside. Butcher took a step toward his own dugout, but didn't hear a strike call, so he steps back in the box. One and two to Bronson Butcher. Right-handed hitter versus the left-hander Alex Smith. The 1-2 on its way, and that's low for ball 3. So Butcher works a full count on Alex Smith.
Bronson has walked and lined out his Chucker debut tonight.
Pitch to Butcher on a full count. That's fouled back to the screen. He'll stay alive. Bottom of the 5th, Chukars lead 7-2 on KSBZ 980.
Top of the 6th in Ogden, Raptors 2, Hawks 1. And Missoula beating Great Falls 9-0 in game 2 of that doubleheader. So the Paddleheads looking to stay unbeaten on the young season.
Pitch to Butcher, high and outside, ball 4. The second walk for Bronson. He's on base again. It's a one-out walk with Alexis Monge coming to the plate. Monge 0 for 1 in this second game. He walked and scored in the second, struck out in the third. With one man on and one man out, Monge steps to the plate. Smith looks at Butcher, now throws to the plate, and that's high and outside for ball 1. Alex Smith considerably taller than Monge at the plate, but that matters little in the game of baseball as the second pitch is poured in for a strike. Alex Smith standing at 6'3" on the mound. Runner on first, one man out. Chukars up 5. In the bottom of the 5th, the 1-1 pitch is a line drive to right field. That's a base hit for Monge. He goes the other way. His first hit of this ball game. And the Chukars in business now, 2 men on, 1 man out. And the lineup card will turn over. And here comes Chuck Steele to the plate. Steele 1 for 3. Single. Reached on an error.
By the way, Monge has at least 1 hit in all 3 games in this series. Alexis.
He goes by both. And I think you'll hear him use both as well. First pitch to Steele is a called strike 1. Chuck Steele, right-handed hitter. Attended Cal State Dominguez Hills. Pitch to him is a called strike 2. 2 straight strikes to start this at bat. Cal State Dominguez Hills, and then he attended Ottawa University of Kansas in Arizona, which is a mouthful.
Heck of a road trip.
O-U-K-A-Z, maybe?
Go from Canada to Arizona to Kansas.
There's a fly ball down the right field line. That'll get fouled, maybe toward those Rocky Mountain power seats down in our general admission section. Stays at 0-2. Brenda Issei and Jock Issei watching on YouTube again from Anacoco, Louisiana. 2 members of the Issei family. Chris starting all 3 ball games in the leadoff spot.
And he has a hit in all 3 ball games.
It's a nice start to his season. 0-2 pitch, just a bit outside. The catcher, Chavarria, tried to frame it, but to no avail. 1-2 to Chuck Steele.
Tyler, you know of any other teams that'll be doing YouTube games so we can watch the team on the road?
Yes, in fact, the Rocky Mountain Vibes are streaming through YouTube, but all teams in the Pioneer League this year, as a ground ball hits at third, the third baseman Cobb will step on third, throw on to first, not in time to get Chuck Steele. That's a fielder's choice, 5 unassisted to get Bronson Butcher at third.
And how do you get those games?
Well, one way to find those games is to go straight to the Pioneer League website. They've got a sort of a little picture button that says listen to live streams here, and every team this year will be offering live streams of their games. Not all through YouTube. Some are hosting in different spots, but for us, YouTube is a good option for us. It allows us to have live streams and video on demand for anyone who wants to watch back the games. Here's Jordan Garr. First pitch is chopped over the mound, right to second base. Does Aswahi have a play to first? He does. 4-3 to get Garr. And a nice play to charge that high chopper. And that'll end the 5th inning. We appreciate everybody who checked in with us on our social inning. We'll get one more in. Heidi Butcher in Eagle Mountain, Utah, listening to Bronson on YouTube. But that's it for the Chukars in the bottom of the 5th. We'll head to the 6th. They lead 7-2 on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
When you come into Idaho.
Welcome back to our ball game. It's the top of the 6th inning. Chukars lead 7-2 on KSPZ 980, the Sports Zone. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini from the Jim Garr Show radio booth at Melaleuca Field on Jim Garr Show Way.
My partner for 25 years.
Is it also the Jim Garr Show press box, John, or is it just the Jim Garr Show radio booth?
I think it's just the booth.
I think you should get the press box, too. 7-2 our score, top of the 6th. Jake Waters still out there after his 2nd inning of work. First inning of work was quite good. 2 strikeouts, a walk, and a ground out. He'll face Harris, Fitzpatrick, and Chavarria. We appreciate everybody who checked in with us in our Toyota 5th inning check-in. Look to hear from you from our next broadcast on Wednesday. Waters from the windup to Harris. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, breaking ball, in for strike 1. Always tough to start an at-bat with a breaking ball. And that was a good one from Waters. Waters starts his motion from the windup, the 0-1. That's a half swing and no call on that one. That was a ball. Waters, 4-pitch pitcher, 4-seam, 2-seam, slurve, and changeup. 1-1 to Caden Harris. Walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, and the 1-1 pitch is a fastball on the inside corner for strike 2. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Mustangs in this game 2 of this doubleheader. 7 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Chukars. In the top of the 6th of a 7-inning ball game. Half swing, does he go around? Yes, says the home plate umpire. Sanchez applies a tag. The third strikeout for Waters. And there's one out in the top of the sixth. Here's Austin Fitzpatrick. Didn't start first game of the doubleheader, but came in for defense in the ninth and actually made the last out. First pitch to him is a called strike one. Caught the fly ball from Don, who had a chance to win the game for the Chukars. They lost by 2, 14-12. Chukars are up by 5 here, though. And that one hits Fitzpatrick right in the backside. Not a bad spot to get hit if you are going to get hit. He'll take first. And Billings has a one-out base runner.
If Fitzpatrick caught that fly ball to end the first game, he dropped one here in the second game. If we would have reversed that trend, who knows what would have happened?
A whole different ball game with the runner on first in that game off with the swing of the bat. Here's Chavarria. 1 for 2. Takes a called strike one. Chavarria, RBI ground out in the second, and then had a single in the fourth, so he's been productive behind the plate. Pitch from Waters, swung on and missed, chased badly on a fastball, pulled his head as well. It's 0-2. Chavarria back in the box. Waters looks into Sanchez. Our first start for Ricardo Sanchez this year behind the plate. 0-2 pitch. On its way from Waters is a ground ball toward third base. It's stopped by Butcher, but he boots it in front of him. That's going to be an error on Bronson Butcher. Could have had a play at second if he comes up with that cleanly. Chavarria will be on via the E5. And that'll bring up Jesus Asuaje. He's been quiet in this ball game, although productive for Billings in the first two. 2 groundouts for him. And Waters will certainly take a ground out here. Two men on, 1 man out. Chukars up 7-2 in the top of the sixth. We're only playing 6 innings, so the Chukars only need 5 more outs. Waters finally comes set. Looks to second, looks again. Now comes to the plate. The first pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike. That was that slurve. So he's pitching these hitters backwards. He's starting slow and getting a lot of called for strikes. And he's ending at bats with the hard stuff. Both runners take a short lead. Waters set again. Single look to second this time, and another slurve, but that one doesn't slurve quite as much as the last one. That stays inside for ball 1. Fitzpatrick at second. Chavarria at first. Hit by pitch, reaching on an error, respectively. 1 out in the top of the 6th. Waters comes with the 1-1, and it's swung on, tipped into the glove of Sanchez. 1-2. Waters already with 3 strikeouts in his 1 1/3 innings. Now comes set at the mound at the chest. Kicks, throws, and this is popped up on the infield. Will we see the infield fly rule in play? Yes, the umpire signals infield fly rule. So the hitter, Asuaje, is automatically out. Guard catches that on a F4. So there are 2 outs in the inning now. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Chris Issei. Issei singled to begin this ballgame and then was caught by a fantastic throw from Ricardo Sanchez as Issei tried to steal second. He then walked and scored in the third, and then struck out looking in the fourth. Two outs, Chukars lead by 5.
Scotty Nielsen in attendance tonight. A Skyline football coach, the state champs.
First pitch to Issei, outside for ball 1. Issei, a left-handed hitter. Billings in their red tops for game 2. They wore black for game 1. Chukars with the traditional white pinstripes for both first and second game of our doubleheader today. Waters' next pitch is fouled sharply down the first base line. 1-1. You know, John, depending on how long Waters goes, if he decides that he can get out of this inning and pitch the 7th inning, he could be up for a save, although, as I say that, I notice now some action in the bullpen for the Chukars. Next pitch, fouled back again.
A left-hander warming up for the Chukars.
Well, we saw one lefty already today, and they've only got 2, so I'm going to take an educated guess that is Victor Rodriguez, who picked up the win on Saturday night in relief. Issei behind in the count, 1-2. Waters with 2 men out and 2 men on comes set. Chukars lead by 5. Waters with a look at second, a double look at second, now kicks, throws, and this is popped up foul behind the Mustang dugout and to the last row of seats. So we'll do it again.
Tell you what, it's easy pickings for these foul balls. Not too many fans left in the stands.
On a cold Idaho night. May baseball, a new thing for the Idaho Falls Chukars. 1-2 pitch on its way, a half swing and a miss. Down goes Issei. He hits the ground in disgust, and the inning is over. Another strikeout for Waters. That's 4 for him on the night. That retires the Mustangs in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Chukars lead 7-2 on KSPZ 980.
Getting
to our ball game, 7-2, the Chukars lead in the bottom of the 6th. We're only playing 7 tonight. So the Chukars will bat one more time, then we'll head to the top of the 7th, where they'll only need 3 more outs to secure their 2nd win of the season and take the series from Billings. We'll see if they can do that. Before we get ahead of ourselves, we got to play the bottom of the 6th. It's Feinstein, Sam Little, and Andrew Dawn to face Alex Smith, who in his return to the series allowed a hit, a walk, and struck out a man in the 5th. Alex Smith started the first game of the season and never got an out. He allowed a hit and walked 4, allowed 6 runs, 5 earned in that very, very first inning of the season for the Chukars. We've had pretty high scoring ever since. Chukars pitching staff much better in this second game, only allowing 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. Thanks for joining us tonight, Tyler Peterson and John Balgini. Matt Feinstein, the first man to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Matt is outside for ball one. Feinstein a walk, a 2-run single, and a ground out. His 3 at-bats, or his 3 plate appearances, rather. First pitch is outside. Second pitch from Smith is down low, 2-0. Nearly all the games in the Pioneer League coming to a close. This game nearly over itself. This pitch is in there for strike 1. Fastball at the knees. Smith gets the sign, starts his motion, throws, and this is hit sharply down the right field line and foul. 88 miles an hour that time. Feinstein was waiting for it. He was all over it. Just didn't get the middle of that barrel on it. Now Smith with a 2-2 count. From the windup, and now Smith will step off.
A late shout out to Larry Dillman listening in the Oakland area, the Bay Area.
2-2 pitch is high for ball 3.
Larry, a longtime Pioneer League baseball fan and a huge Chukars fan.
3-2 to Matt Feinstein.
Dillman.
Pitch on its way. Ground ball towards second. It's going to stay right at the pitcher. It's a foot race to first base. The first baseman wasn't covering. Feinstein dives. He's safe. Wow, a high chopper that was heading toward the second baseman. The pitcher, Smith, took it, and then the first baseman, Moody, never covered. So Smith was in a sprint with Feinstein down the first baseline. Joe Cruzel wants a word. Feinstein is on safe with an infield single.
Like the hustle of the Chukars, that's the second head-first slide for a base hit. Andrew Don had one back in the first inning.
We've seen guys get on first every which way in this series, it feels like. Here's Sam Little. Leadoff man on here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch is outside.
Boy, Big Brother Webb, huge game in the first game. 4 for 4, 3 runs scored, 4 RBI, with a single, a double, and a triple.
He earned himself a large 3-topping pizza from Domino's for sure. Pitch to Little is a called strike.
Here in the second game, it's going to be tough. We got a lot of candidates for the player of the game.
Could be a pitcher.
Could be.
We'll have to see. Smith watching Feinstein now coming to the plate. That's inside to Little. 2-1.
The only Chukar with multi-base hits is Feinstein, who's 2 out of 3.
He was our Domino's player of the game in our opening night matchup. Check on Feinstein. Oh, he throws it away. Smith threw it away, way over the first baseman's head. That's an error on the pitcher, Smith, and to second goes Matt Feinstein. That's the 3rd time, John, today that we've seen that happen?
Twice in the first game and now once here in the second.
So a free 90 feet. Never a good thing, especially late in the ball game. Chukars up 7-2 as it is. Little with a 2-1 count. Be aggressive if he wants. Pitch from Smith on its way. A big swing and a miss. That front foot pulled way out that time. Two and two. Bottom of the 6th of a 7-inning ball game. Smith set on the mound. Little left-handed hitter ready in the box. Feinstein jumping off a second, trying to make some noise. Smith coming to the plate, and this is a check swing and a called 3rd strike by the umpire, Mike Colson. It's the 3rd strikeout for Sam Little in this ball game, and there's 1 out in the 6th. The 2nd strikeout for Smith in this ball game. I'll bring up Andrew Dawn, 1 for 3 today. Singled, flied out, grounded out. He's got a man on second. Chance to pad that lead. And why not with what we've seen so far? As many as you possibly can. First pitch to Dawn, half swing. He'll take that for strike one. Dawn from, try this again, Scituate, Massachusetts. I didn't look at my cheat sheet that time. I hope that was correct. 0-1 pitch on its way inside for ball one. Dawn, right-handed hitter with the Black Sox pulled up all the way to the knees. Feinstein, no one around him at second. He can get a nice, juicy lead. Pitch to the plate to Dawn, a big swing and a miss. He pulled his head that time. 1-2. One out. Chukars up by 5 here in the bottom of the 6th. One and 2 to Andrew Dawn, and a check on second. Smith needs to attack Dawn here. 1-2 pitch with one out. That is in the dirt. It squirts away from Chavarria over to third. Goes Feinstein. Another free 90 feet for the Chukars here. And now, Dawn doesn't even need to get a hit to score Feinstein. Two and 2 count to Andrew Dawn. Infield pulled all the way in for Billings. Smith throws, and that's lined sharply foul into that netting above the Chukars dugout, protecting those fans in R3. Stay alive, still 2 and 2. The infield's way in, and this is about as shallow as we've seen this outfield today. They were mighty shallow in the first game and had a couple balls get over their head. I think they learned from that experience, but I think they're going to try to cut down the run at the plate here on a shallow fly ball. 2-2 pitch from Smith to Dawn, and it's fouled. So this goes to a 7-pitch at bat now for Andrew Dawn. Ricardo Sanchez on deck. He's a left-handed hitter. Smith, the 2-2 one more time. That's high, 3 and 2. Another full count. No one in the Billings bullpen. And it looks like Victor Rodriguez is still warming. Looks like we will see him for the last inning of this ball game, which will be the top of the 7th. Game 2 of a doubleheader today. Billings took the first game 14-12. 2-2 pitch again, inside. 3-2 pitch, I should say. That's ball 4. And Andrew Dawn draws a walk. It's a 1-out walk. It'll be first and third now for Ricardo Sanchez. Ricardo Sanchez has the rare RBI catcher's interference in the first inning. In the third, he was hit by a pitch and scored his first Chukars run, and then flied out in the fourth. He's got first and third here. Middle infield back at the old plate depth. The corners are still in. And try to cut down a play at the plate. Outfield still shallow. Pitch to Sanchez. Outside for ball 1. Ricardo Sanchez, as we've said before, was in the Royals organization briefly as a free agent signing. This pitch is a called strike. 1-1 to Ricardo Sanchez. From Dorado, Puerto Rico. Like Jake Waters, attended the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Ground ball down the first base line, foul. So we'll go to 1-2 now. Chukars up by 5. They lead 7-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini with you on KSPZ 980, the Sports Zone, the Fox Sports Zone. Sanchez back in the box. Smith set on the mound, and now we've got time. Feinstein on third. He singled, went to second on an error, and then to third on a wild pitch. Don on first, he walked. 1 out in the inning. Sanchez takes outside for ball 2. Sanchez in a crouched stance at the plate, sort of shortens his strike zone a little bit. He's got a little bit of a choke going on that bat, just trying to make contact here. 2-2 one more time for Smith. This is hit into left center field. Does Garcia have a play? He doesn't. It's past him, and it one-hops the wall. Here comes Feinstein. Here scores Don from first. He'll score all the way from first base on a 2-run single from Ricardo Sanchez. Oh, 2-run double. His first hit as a Chucker, and it's 9-2.
Tell you what, watching Andrew Don run the bases, that kid has some wheels.
Well, we already knew that he was an aggressive base runner the way he dove into first.
But his speed, well, that's pretty impressive.
And now, we got to see what's going on here. Joe Cruz coming out to the mound.
Oh, Moody's going to come out. Looks like Cipriano's going to go to first base.
All right.
Sort of a strange substitution in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, we're getting a pitching change. Oh, John, I think Moody's going to the mound.
Okay. Who's gonna swing 3-0? That's what I want to see.
Darius Moody listed as a catcher. Oh no, he's going to go to right field.
Okay.
Well, then who's going to the mound? Let's see what we got going on here. Because no one was warming up in the bullpen. That's
Fitzpatrick.
It is. It's Austin Fitzpatrick, who was in right field.
Cipriano was the DH. He'll play first base.
So I think this qualifies as a Smith Group pitching change.
Sure.
Smith Group simplifying the car buying experience for over 100 years.
Why did you keep it right here?
We'll keep it right here, though. Austin Fitzpatrick, the new pitcher.
Sanchez with a big 2-run double. Checkers are trying to get into double figures for the 3rd straight game. Looks like the Raptors beat the Boise Hawks in the 2nd game of doubleheader 2-1. Boise won the 1st game by a 5-3 score. And it appears that Missoula will sweep Great Falls. They won the 1st game 3-1, and they lead in the 2nd game 10-0.
Now the real question is how will Point Streak allow me to input this change? Fitzpatrick, we don't have pitching numbers on him, I don't believe.
No.
This might be just a way to save the arms of Billings. At this point, with a 7-run deficit, probably a good call from Joe Cruz. So Fitzpatrick comes in to pitch. Moody will move to right field. And Cipriano will move to first. First pitch to Thomas de Bonneville is high for ball 1.
Alex Smith goes 1 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts.
Second pitch, high for ball 2. That was at 80, so he's definitely throwing it hard. At second is Ricardo Sanchez. 9-2 the Chukars lead. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch on its way. That's high for ball 3.
Okay.
The Chris Hall question.
Does he swing 3-0?
Well, Chris, you brought it up in the 3rd. Let's see if de Bonneville.
I don't think so.
No, he takes it all the way. He takes it high for ball 4. There's certainly certain rules like that, the unwritten rules of baseball, that sort of are lines of demarcation for, I don't know if you call them traditionalists, John, or, you know, the way we used to play the ball game kind of guys. But for me personally, until it was brought up last year with Tatis in Texas, I had never been aware of, oh, by the way, a pitch is going to be thrown, but don't swing at it. That seems just to go against every rule in the game. First pitch to Butcher.
Now, if the Chukars put on a double steal here, then that's totally out of control.
That is different. The steal up 10 is a different story, but to swing at a pitch 3-0, I have no issue with that.
Me neither, and I'm a pretty old school type of guy.
0-1 to Butcher is high. 2 men on for Bronson Butcher. Making his Chukars debut, he's walked twice and scored once. 0 for 1. 1-1 pitch on its way, and that is a called strike 2.
An expanded strike zone right there.
So 1-2. If I'm Bronson, I'm swinging. I would not put this at bat in the hands of the umpire. 1-2 pitch on its way with 1 out. It's a swing and a miss. A slow ball, let's call it, a la Bugs Bunny, at 70 miles an hour. Not really sure if it had any spin on it at all, but Bronson strikes out. It's the first strikeout for Fitzpatrick. And here's Alexis Monge.
Butch might get a little razzing from his teammates. What, a right fielder struck you out? What's up with that?
If they were doing kangaroo court, that could be a fine. First pitch to Monge is a ball high. Chukars lead 9-2. Pitch to Monge is high for ball 2. 2-0 with 2 outs. 2 runners on. And number 2 at the plate.
Getting close to another 3-hour ball game.
Pitch to Monge, the 2-0 pitch, right down the middle for strike 1.
The first game started at 4:30. We're at 11:24 right now, Mountain Time.
We'll have to see this year whether 3 hours is a Pioneer League requirement for games. Whether there's 7 innings or 9. Here's a soft line drive to left field that'll fall in front of the right fielder, Moody. They're going to send Sanchez to the plate. It's an RBI single for Alexis Monge. So he continues to hit well. He's got 2 more hits today and his first RBI in this ball game. Chukars will now be sending their 8th man to the plate in this inning. Here's Chuck Steele, leadoff hitter. And I'd have to believe that Victor Rodriguez is well, warm, and ready in that Chukars bullpen for the last frame. 10-2 Chukars now. And they have hit double digits in all 3 games. First pitch, fouled back out of play.
Victor might be worn out in the bullpen. He's been throwing for a long time.
Probably up to 30 pitches already. He was getting ready, I don't want to say in a hurry, but he was getting warm for sure. But now maybe just a little toss playing with Molinari or Caden White, whoever's in the bullpen. Next pitch is down low for ball one. Austin Fitzpatrick, who was playing right field before he came into pitch. 2 men on, 2 men out. Chukars lead 10-2. Next pitch to steal is a called strike. 1-2 the count. Now let's see, John. The last time we were out here, the game ended at 11:37. We're about 9 minutes away from hitting that. And we're playing 2 today. 1-2 pitch, half swing. Does he go around? Yes, he does. It's a drop strike 3, but the tag is applied, and the inning is finally over. But 3 runs on 3 hits for the Chukars, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the 7th, last frame in this second game of this doubleheader. Chukars lead 10-2 on KSPZ 980.
Summer day camp. So don't miss out. Please contact us for more at Club Apple.
Top of the 7th, we've got a pitching change. It's Victor Rodriguez coming in, but to take you for the final 3 outs of this game, the Hall of Famer, Mr. John Balgini.
Thank you, Tyler. Nice outing. Jake Waters, 2 hitless, scoreless innings. He walked 1. He struck out 4. And Victor Rodriguez, who was the winning pitcher Saturday night when he went 1 1/3 on the mound to close this game out. 10-9-2 the line score for the Chucks, 2-4-3 for the Mustangs. And it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Billings: Cobb, Garcia, and Cipriano. Off day tomorrow. Missoula on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the Chukars back here on Saturday to open up a 9-game homestand.
And we're going to get a good idea of how good this Missoula Paddleheads team is. We'll see them 6 in a row, and right now
they're 3-0.
They're 3-0 at the top of the North Division, same division as the Chukars.
Here's Cobb. He's 0 for 3 in this second game, a couple of strikeouts. He hit his second home run of the season in game number 1. And the first pitch from Rodriguez down low. Left-handed pitcher against the right-hander Cobb, and Dalton fouls this one back out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch from Victor Rodriguez. Called strike, inside edge, 1-2. Victor out of Maracaibo, Venezuela. Played in the Dominican Summer League for the Diamondbacks. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Sanchez will have to make the throw to first, does so. And that's out number 1. And for Chukar pitchers, strikeout number 9 on the night. And only 3 walks.
Another encouraging sign.
Here's Jalen Garcia. His second time up, he struck out swinging back in the 5th inning. And that pitch is low for a ball. Impressed with Leach and Waters tonight. And I thought Q Logan pitched well as well. Of course, Logan will work out of the bullpen. 1-0 pitch, low, ball 2, 2-0.
These guys still sort of vying for those bullpen roles. So good competition, always something you want to see among your teammates.
Victor gets the sign from Sanchez into the windup. Here's the 2-0 delivery to Garcia. High pop-up. Going to reach into shallow left field on the run and making the catch. Boy, Feinstein had a long way to run, and he made the catch for out number 2 here in the 7th. He was the farthest outfielder away from the ball, but he made the catch. And Billings down to their last batter is Daniel Cipriano. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Cipriano is 0 for 2 in the second game. Next offering from Rodriguez, down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. One fan, come on, Blue. We're up 10-2. Give them a break. 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chukars lead 10-2. And the pitch. High pop-up, left side. Monge's going to call off the third baseman. Alex makes the catch. And the Chukars win the second game of this doubleheader by the score of 10-2 on this Monday night. Stick around for the post-game show here on KSPZ, the Sports Zone.
Every season with the same goals and vision. At Doug Andrus, they're committed to excellence. If you're a CDL driver looking for a career change, Doug Andrus has your best interest in mind. See why Doug Andrus Distributing is the leader in the industry. Give them a call today at 208-533-6700. And good luck to our Idaho Falls Chukars this season. Bikes, 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 and even more bikes. Bill's Bike and Run has been stocking their inventory. You can browse online at billsbikeandrun.com. They have base models starting at $500 and plenty of high-performance specialized and giant bicycles in stock at both locations in Ammon and Idaho Falls. So get ready for spring riding, and if you lay away now, you will be guaranteed to get the bike you want. Bike and Run, simply the best.
time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Hello once again, everybody. John Balgini, Tyler Peterson back here at Melaleuca Field. A long day and night at the ballpark. Chukars earned the split after losing game 1 14-12. They win game 2 10-2. Chukars scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the third, and basically the ball game was over. For the first time in the first 3 games, great pitching by 4 Chukar pitchers: Q Logan, Alex Leach, Jake Waters, and Victor Rodriguez at the plate. It was Matt Feinstein with 2 hits, 2 RBI, and Ricardo Sanchez had 1 hit, but he knocked in 3. And the Chukars played good baseball here in the second game to go 2-1 on the season, Tyler.
They certainly did. The pitching staff settled down mightily. They got the game in under 3 hours, which was also good to see, but
just barely.
Just barely. 255 is what I have for that. But no, the bullpen worked out pretty well for Billy Gardner Jr. Logan, 2 1/3, just 2 earned runs. 3 walks, though. That's probably where he slipped up a little bit. But Leach and Waters out of the bullpen were pretty lights out. And Rodriguez, again, in his second performance so far on the season, a perfect last inning.
Line score for the Mustangs: 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors. They left 8 men on base. For the Chukars, 10 runs on 9 hits. They committed 2 errors. They left 9 men on base. Winning pitcher Alex Leach, the second of 4 pitchers for the Chukars. The loser was the starter Adolfo Espinosa. No home runs were hit in the second game. 973 showed up for the double dip, and the second game took 2 hours and 55 minutes to play. So the Chukars go 2-1. Our Domino's player of the game in game number 1, it was Webb Little, 4 for 4 RBI. And tonight in game 2, it's going to be Jake Waters earning that large Domino's 3-topping pizza. Jake went 2 innings, did not give up a hit or a run. He walked 1, and he struck out 4. So congratulations to Webb Little and Jake Waters. A free pizza pie on this Monday night. Any final words, Tyler, before we wrap things up?
Well, make sure to join us on Wednesday for our next broadcast of Chukars baseball. That'll be in Missoula at 7:05. A 3-game series, all at 7:05, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then join us right back here at Melaleuca Field, 7:15 Saturday for fireworks and the ring giveaway.
Well, you have a great road trip. Bring back some W's, would you?
And some peanuts, apparently, too.
No, leave the peanuts in Missoula. Again, the Chukars split the doubleheader. Billings won game 1 14-12. Chukars take the nightcap by a 10-2 score. For Tyler Peterson, I'm John Balgini wishing you good night from Melaleuca Field. This has been a presentation of KSPZ, the Sports Zone, your home for Fox Sports. Good night, everybody.
And this